Now then, guys, sorry I'm suffering a bit with hay fever. Just bear with us. I'm on an Audi Q3 2013 today. It's got an issue with the clock spring. That's what I'm thinking anyway. So I'll swap you. So I'll stick the key in. See. Right. So if we have a look, we've got an airbag light there. That's one giveaway. So if we go to the steering controls, they're doing absolutely nothing. The other side, nothing. Horn, absolutely nothing. Right, so we need to break this down. With the airbag light on, I did give away that one. Means the circuit's not right for the airbag. So another way to test is, let's see what the cords are. So Audi. Right, as we can see, well, can't actually. The sun. Oh, you'll have to bear with us, guys. Right, there's two faults in the engine control, so we'll have a look at that. Trouble codes. So we've got lost communication with steering column. So that'll put a position pedal switch. Right, it's that one, top one we're looking at really. We'll sort that one out later. And the airbag. So one with the airbag, if it's voltage too high or out of range, it's an open. Driver's airbag igniter resistance too high, so there's too high of resistance. So yeah, it's an open. If it's high resistance, it's open. So that's the other thing that it's telling me that it's a clock spring. So the other test we can do is we can break it down. We can break it down even further. We can go in. We can disconnect the igniter off the driver's airbag and then test do an ohms reading. See if there's an ohms reading there. If there's not, if it's open, then it's definitely the clock spring. So that's the way forward now. Right, so I need to take the steering wheel off. So that has to be disconnected. See it. The clip there, that has to come off. So that's what I'm doing. Got that clip there. Prising it down. And that should come off. Alright, so you pull on this top tab. And it takes that off. And then we've got a tab there as well. So we're just going to prise that apart slightly. I can't do it one-handed. So that's it out now. So what I need to do is, because I need to get to the connectors, I need to take all this off. So the steering wheel has to come off as well. So, yep. I need to straighten the wheels up, make sure it's straight before we do anything else. Right, so I'll take this nut out. That nut's out now. Put that on one side. And the steering wheel comes straight off. Right. So that's the position it was in. So So, oh, that was the position it was in. So I'm going to mark that up so it can go back the same position where there's a line there. It should line up. Yeah. So that'll line up anyway, so we won't have to do that. But yeah, now I can get this cover off. So I'll get this off. Right, so there's 2 screws here, Torx bits, which is these, and then there's a thinner one, but the same size, underneath, goes underneath, takes cowling off. Now I've unplugged this. I was going to do a test, plug the airbag back in and then do a test to see if there was what ohms there was, but I'm not going to bother. All I'm going to do instead is do a continuity test between these pins and then pins, and then it'll show us if we were open. What you could have done instead of taking all this off to test this is stripped half the dasher down, followed the wiring all the way down and try and find a connector somewhere. But it's just as easy doing it this way. So it's took us what, 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to take all that apart, if that, 10 minutes. So I'll do a quick continuity test between the 2 pins in here and the 2 pins on there, and that'll show us that this is open and this is at fault. So I'll do that now. So on the first one, nothing. Second one, nothing. Not even a flicker. Right, so there's 3 little Torx screws to come out, and it's not saying what it is, which size it is. That's the pick. Sorry, my bad. It is the T15, and then the ones at the front, the 2 big ones at the front, are the T20s. So we've got a connector there that we need to take off. We've got one here at the bottom. So what you do is you pull that tab and then you pull it out. But if you have a look at this one here, I don't know if you can see that there. Somebody's already been into it. You can see the plastic there, look. So it's been up before this. I'll see if I can do it one-handed. So if we pull this tab and we lift that out, same with the bottom one. Might not get the bottom one. Yeah, it's out. And then we've got one red one here as well. So I'll get that out and then we can get it off then. So as easy as that, it's off. This little one that was underneath, you've got to pull that red tab down and then you can press it in. So yeah, need to go and have a look at this now. Guys, I got a little ahead of myself. There's a couple of little Torx screws. These ones here, they go through this little brass plate, copper plate, then into that white thing there. But you've got to take the bottom off first, take them screws out, and then there's a couple of clips on the top you pop off, and then that's where the spring is. And as you can see, that's where it's snapped. So it's snapped right there. See that there? So we need to solder that back on if we can. So I cut that little piece off that was damaged, and I've soldered these back on there. You can see that there. Just soldered them back on. So now I need to make sure I've got continuity between there, and then I'm going to glue that side on so it can't pull off again. Well, hopefully it won't, or should be okay. So hopefully this will last now, if we can get it back together properly. All connected. So carrying on with this, what I found is you can separate the top part from this bit here. So that's what I've done, is I've separated that now. So it's made it a hell of a lot. That's like I was saying, I've separated that, so it's made it easier for us. So what I need to do now is line this up. The bottom piece, this white piece, you can see here that comes out, and there's a piece below it. See that white piece below it? So that piece there, there's like a little sort of nipple that sticks out just below. You can just see it there. I'll lift it back up. There's like a little notch there sticking out. That little notch wants to go in that hole. Where are we at? That little square hole there. So we're going to line that up. So where that little notch goes in that little hole, that square piece down there, that square hole there, when you're putting this back in, where that little notch goes, you want that little notch there, this one here, pointing to it as well. So we'll get it back together and I'll show you what I mean. So I've got them lined up now with them two little notches inside. So I need to flip her over. See that there's a little like bit missing. Oops. Just make sure they're still in the right place. That's that little notch I was on about. So it goes in there. I need to line that notch up. There we go. So two is lined up now. That's in. And now I'm not bothered about that coming out, I just want to get the back in. So there's a little cut out there, and where we at? There it is there, you see it there. That's where that cut, that goes where that cut out is. So we're just going to line it up. Clip it in, like so. So that's clipped in. So we just want to tighten this up now. So I'm going to put one of these bits here where the cutouts go down over. So you want that in there like that, because it runs on them it runs on the tracks. So we're just going to equal them out. And then one in there. One, two, three, four. Now what we need to do is put the top back on, this bit, sorry. So that bit goes there. That's it. So I need to put this bit back in. Screw it back in. Back on. fit. So that's how it was there. So go from there. 1, 2, and a bit now. For the bit. So 1, 2, start again. 1, 2, and a bit. To the bit. 1, 2. So we might need a new ribbon because it's shortened it that little bit. Right, so the covers are back on now, steering wheel's back on. I've Loctited the bolt up. What I've read online, it's 50 newton meters, so I've done it up to 50 newton meters now. So we're just ready to connect the electrics back up, connect everything back up. So I'll do that now. Right, so that's it all back in. That's the horn back on, the airbag back in. It's all pressed in. So what I've got to do now is go and hook the battery back up. So I'll do that now. But as you can see, it's raining. So I'm going to do that quickly and then I'll get back to you. Right guys, so that's it now. Turn the radio off. So you can see that's working. Service due. I don't even know what these are doing. That's working. Internet volume. Nav. Yeah, I don't know what these controls do. Horn's working. So everything's working. Steering's fine. I've done it all the way left. Fine. All the way right. Fine. And back to the centre. Yeah, it's good. So as far as I'm concerned, this one's a fix. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, like and subscribe. And cheers.